Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are doing a project pan update. It has been a busy summer. It has been a busy summer. This is the first video that I'm filming after all of my summer vacations are over. I had like pre-filmed a lot of videos for the summer and it feels like super good but also super weird to actually sit down and film. It's been a minute and I have lots to update you guys on with the project pan. So let's dive straight in and talk about some of the products that I haven't finished up yet. And first up, we have the Covergirl Clean Fresh pressed powder, and I have the shade Translucent. And as you can see, we're making excellent progress on this. I think all of the rings in the pan are showing now, so you'll be able to see in the side-by-side photos, you know, we're making good progress. This one is, you know, steady going. I'm using it every single day. This is the powder that I use to set my under eyes every single day. When I have gone on vacation and I've been away, this is the only powder that I've taken with me. So I can set my whole face with this, but I typically use it every day under my eyes because it doesn't darken my under eye concealer. It sets it down really nicely and flattens out that area. It doesn't enhance the texture underneath of my eyes. It's like really nice and smooth. So really loving this one. If I had to guess, I want to say that I'll be done this by the next check-in, but you know, when you get to that outer ring, it ends up taking longer than you think. So we'll see, but definitely we'll have that one gone before the end of the year. Next up, let's talk about the Mary Lou-manizer. This is my little teeny tiny highlighter from the Balm. This was like a deluxe size sample. I believe I got this in an Ipsy bag, and as you can see, we've got Major Pan in here. I do use this every day as like my inner corner highlight. I do have it on as my, you know, face highlight as well today. I am still able to get like a larger highlight brush in here. I do think there will come a point where I can only use this as an inner corner highlight, but I'm happy with the progress that I'm making. As you guys can see in the progress photos, there was a little while there where it seemed like I really wasn't making any progress, but once I got a little baby pan in there, we've just expanded that every single month. So really happy with the way that's going. I do really love this little highlighter, but I will be happy to have it gone. Some of these little tiny things like floating around in drawers just kind of clutter things up. So really happy to be working through this one. And then I've got this Trestique concealer. So this is the Conceal, Cover, and Correct Crayon, and I have the shade Porcelain. So I have made decent progress on this. So this is all I have left here, and I have been marking it on my little piece of paper here, so you can see it's been pretty like consistent progress. This is like very messy looking, but I'm tracking and it makes sense to me. I've made consistent progress on it. However, at this stage, I'm too tan to use this. The way that I like to use this concealer is as like a spot corrector. I would use it over like hyperpigmentation spots, acne spots, dark spots, things like that. And currently I'm too tan to use this that way, and I don't like this formula underneath of my eyes. So the progress has sort of slowed down, but I know once the fall hits and I lose my tan again, I'll be using this again every single day. So I don't think it's going to be a problem to use this by the end of the year, but I do think it's going to take probably until the end of the year to use this one up, and that's totally fine. But I was really enjoying using it until I kind of hit that stage where I was like, this is too light to use that way. So in the last check-in, I added in this product here. So this is the Isle of Paradise Body Hyglo Self-Tan Serum with Hyaluronic Acid. And I haven't used this a ton, but I have still made some decent progress on this. So when I initially added this into the project, I was using it quite a bit. Now that I have sort of a natural tan going on, I'm not using it as much, but now that my vacations are over, my tan will start to fade. So I will be going back to using this more often. So I could see this one being done, I'm gonna say October. I'm trying not to be like too confident. I always say like, it's going to be done in a month, and then it's like 3 months later. So I think this one's going to take a little bit of time, but I'll definitely have this gone before the winter hits. I do really love this product. It's just a nice sort of like gradual tan type of product. It's not one that you have to worry about being super like delicate with it. It's not going to be streaky. It's not going to give you like a super deep tan to where you're like, oh no, I missed a spot. This also works really well to help even out your tan. So at the beginning of the summer, I had had some like weird tan lines going on, and I was like mostly tanned on the front and not at all on the back. So I was kind of using this to like even everything out, and it really works well for that because it is so subtle. It just kind of gives you a little bit of something, you know? So really love this one. You do run through it relatively quickly though. Like I probably made that much progress in just a couple of uses. So won't be too difficult to use that one up. And then also in the last check-in, I added in the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer, and I have the shade Almond. So this is kind of like my summertime concealer. This one is a little bit deeper. It's a little bit more warm toned than something like this. I don't know if you guys can kind of see the shade difference. So this is working really well for me in the summer. I'm using this every single day. I used it today underneath of my eyes. I also used it for a little bit of spot correcting. You can see my pigmentation is like popping out right here, but that has more to do with what I've used as a foundation. We'll talk about that in a second, but really, really love this. This is my favorite formula of concealer of all time. So I'm loving using this every day. It's sort of like, sometimes I add things into the project as a way of like giving myself permission to use things every day that I love. I have that. I think a lot of us have that tendency to want to like save the things that we love because we don't want to run out of them. But like if you run out and you loved it, just buy it again, right? So really, really loving this one. It is such a beautiful formula. If you find a lot of concealers make your under eyes look really dry and crepey, this one doesn't. It really doesn't. It's like a hydrating formula without being like shiny. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but it's a really lovely formula. But I have had this one for quite a while, so I'm happy that I'm working through it. As you can see, I've made a decent amount of progress in a short amount of time. So I don't know if I'll get through this. I'm thinking I probably won't get through this before the end of summer. So whether or not I'll be able to use this up before the end of the year as like my skin tone changes a little bit as we get into fall and winter, we'll see. But as of right now, making good progress, loving using it every day. It brings me some joy, makes my under eyes look a little less tired, and I love that for me. Okay, so let's get into some things that we're adding and changing and all, like a little bit more of an exciting part of the update. So first of all, let's talk about this Keratherapy deep conditioning mask. So I started out with this, you know, it was basically a full bottle. I got it down to here and then I basically stopped using it. So if you guys saw a couple of months ago, last month, it's all a blur now, I did a sponsored video with the brand Kerotin. And I had kind of switched all of my hair products over to this line. So this one got tucked into a closet and I had this mask in my shower. And so I'm kind of at that stage where I'm like, I've been using this one for so long that I'm gonna swap this product out of the project and add this product in instead. So because I've used so much of this already, I think I can pan this one relatively quickly and then move back into this Keratherapy one. So as you can see, I've used a lot of this one. This is where the mark is. It's more than half gone, and it is a smaller jar and a little bit of a, it's not a heavy formula, so I find myself using a fair amount of this when I do use it. I use it once a week. So I think I can have this one done in the next month or so, and then I'll add the Keratherapy one back into the project after this one's gone. So that's what I've decided to do. I don't see the sense of tucking this one into a closet when it's more than half gone just to use this one up because this is the one I said I was going to use up. That's why I like to do my project pan as a rolling project. I can add products in, I can take products out, add things in as I use things up. It's just kind of like a free-for-all. I just do it the way I want to do it, and that way it's enjoyable for me. So that's what I've decided to do. So I think I'll have this one done by September or like beginning of October, and then we'll shift back into the Keratherapy one. I love both of these. This one is a little bit heavier. This one is a little bit lighter. I think they do a similar thing for my hair though. I think they're both like a reparative type of formula. So I'm not really like missing out on one thing or another by switching back and forth. So really, really love this one. As I said, this one's a little bit more lightweight. So it's kind of nice for this time of year. You know, summertime, we tend to want a little bit more lightweight types of products. So as I said, I do really like this one. This is the Keratin Collagen Mask. I'll have that sponsored video linked down below if you want a more in-depth explanation of this particular product, but I do really love it. And like I said, I think I can work through it relatively quickly. I just think it makes more sense to the project. So we're gonna put this one on the back burner for a hot second. And then look at this. We panned the butter bronzer. I was very excited to have panned this one. So I've been working on the Physicians Formula butter bronzer, I think since the end of last year's project pan. So I've been working on this one for quite a while. I've mentioned in a lot of these videos that I've been trying to work through some of these products that I don't consider to be cruelty-free in my collection, and Physicians Formula is one of those brands for me. So I think this is my last Physicians Formula product that I had in my collection. And I had quite a few at one point in time. It was one of my favorite brands from the drugstore. So really, really enjoyed this. It's a beautiful formula. Everybody knows and loves the butter bronzer, but I am happy to have it gone. It took me quite a while to get through this. If you guys have ever tried to pan a butter bronzer, it's kind of like a baked formula, so it's a little bit tougher to work through. So really pleased with myself that I was able to use this up. And so when I used this up, I decided not to add another bronzer into the project right away because I had been working on this one for like a year. I just felt that desire to like explore my bronzers. You know, I have lots in my collection that I wanted to play around with, and I had been so laser focused on this one for so long that all of the other bronzers in my collection just kind of like sat there gathering dust. So I've been really enjoying just playing with all the different ones that I have in my collection. And so I decided, instead of adding another bronzer in, that I would add in a lip gloss. So this is the Lawless Forget the Filler Lip Plumping Line Smoothing Gloss. I got this in a BoxyCharm. I have the shade Rosy Outlook. It's basically a clear lip gloss. So when I added this into the project, this has been, like I said, a really busy summer. So some of these things have gone on and I haven't had a chance to like sit down and do a project pan update. So I was like, I'm just gonna add it in. And I put that little line there and I put this in my purse and then I pretty much used it up. There might be, like, I can scrape the inside of the tube and I probably could get, today's Thursday, I would say by Monday this will be completely gone. But I didn't want to wait to film this video. I really wanted to like jump on and get back into our routine here. So because this one's almost gone, I am going to sort of preemptively add another product into the project. So when this one is gone, probably by Monday, I'm gonna add a different lip gloss into my purse and add this into the project pan. So this is the Item Beauty Lip Quip Lip Oil in the shade Come Through. It seems to be leaking, hold on. So I have been thinking about adding this one into the project for quite a while. So you can see that I've got a significant dent in it already. This seems to be a product that I use up quickly. This lip gloss was also that way. That was sort of my mentality of like, these are the lip glosses I'm gonna put in the project because I think I can use both of these up before the end of the year with no problem at all. So this one is more of a lip oil. This one's definitely more of a stickier kind of lip gloss formula. So I'm excited when that one's gone that this is going to be the one that lives in my purse because it's such a comfortable formula. It's kind of a corally color, but really on the lips, it's just clear. It's like a little hint of a, you know, corally kind of orangey color. It smells incredible. It smells like the lip glosses of my youth. I can't wait to use it every single day. It's a really hydrating formula. It's a little bit, it's kind of a medium thickness in terms of a lip oil. It's not one of those ones where you put it on and it's gone instantly, but it's also not one of those ones that's really thick and stays on the lips for a long time. So I think that's one of the reasons why when I use this, I see a significant dent in it because I am reapplying it, you know, a fair amount, but it's so comfortable. It's so hydrating. And after having like a stickier, like this isn't crazy sticky, but it is like a stickier lip gloss, I'm excited to have something a little bit more hydrating kind of rolling around in my purse. Hopefully it's not gonna leak a bunch. But we'll see. Anyways, excited about this one. So you can see the progress there already. And then last but not least, we have the Missha BB Cream. So I've been working on this one, I don't know since when, for several months now. And It's very close to being done. I didn't even put another mark because as you can see, like the tube is starting to collapse in on itself. This is another one of those products where I'm like, this could be gone by Monday. This is the product that I have on my face today as my foundation. That's why it doesn't look quite as full coverage as what I normally wear when I'm filming, but it's very, very comfortable. Super, super hydrating. It's got a nice amount of sunscreen in there. The color is decent for me. I actually did mix in something else to make it a little bit deeper to match better with my tan, but it has up until now matched me really well. And I'm going to be sad that this is gone, but this is not cruelty free. So it's another one of those products that I'm happy to be working through within my collection. And I thought about what I wanted to do with this because it isn't fully gone, but really and truly, it's going to be gone at any moment. So again, I decided to preemptively add another product into the project because I know this is going to be gone in no time. So really, really happy that we're working through this. We'll celebrate over the empty in the next check-in, but when that is gone, the next product that I'm adding in is this little cheek tint. So this is the MCO Beauty Cheek and Lip Tint, and I have the shade Flamingo Pink. I got this in, I think, a Babe box just this year. I haven't had it that long, but it's one of those products, again, that I seem to be running through relatively quickly. So I'm like, why wouldn't I put this in the project and just use it up? It's like it's such an interesting formula. I don't love it on days when I'm working and I want to have like a more full coverage look, but on my days off when I'm doing sort of no makeup, it's this really beautiful, almost like the color of a sunburn. I just tried to sheer it out there so you guys could kind of see what it actually looks like on the skin. It's really pretty. It leaves a nice kind of shine to the skin. It makes the skin look like really healthy, like you've just been like out in the sun and laying on the beach for a whole day, and that's a look that I love. So it is one of those ones where I'm already kind of squeezing the tube of toothpaste. Now I tried to see exactly where I'm at in the tube. I really can't tell. If I had to guess, I would say I'm probably about to that red line right there. So I don't think this is going to take terribly long to work through. And now that I've sort of got it in my mind that I'm going to focus on using this up, this will probably just be like my go-to day off, you know, cream blush, right? So excited to use that one up. I'm excited to be working through some real like makeup products. Stay tuned, you guys, because I have a huge empties coming up. I was going to film that today, but the box is so full that like it just seemed like a really daunting task. I was like, let's start with Project Pan. But I have actually been working through some makeup products that aren't even in the project. So it's been an exciting time. It's been an exciting time of using up makeup, but I think this one will be relatively easy to work through. Again, if I had to guess, I would say probably by the end of September, I'll have this one gone. I feel like in the fall, we're gonna have a whole different like range of products in here that we're working through. It felt like for a minute there I wasn't working through anything in the project, and now all of a sudden I feel like I've got some momentum and I'm working through some stuff. So really excited about how this project is going. This has definitely been my favorite project pan thus far. I feel like every year I enjoy it even more than the year before. So let me know in the comments down below, are you guys doing a project pan? If you are, how is it going? If you're not, is there anything in your collection that you're kind of unconsciously trying to work through? I always love to chat with you guys in the comments down below. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon in another video. Bye.